Same as system. Because the system should be the TV, right?
Yeah.
Good morning, Lindsay.
Hey,
The TVs are sharp, so do we have a
Hang on.
separate speaker somewhere?
Yeah, we have speakers in this. Just say we're trying. Keep calling you.
Yeah.
Are they on a phone
We're trying
or
to get
a
set up in
computer?
the training room.
they're in the training room at the police station. You know, they got a full TV studio in there.
No, he's on his
Oh, the training room's tied up. They're in
Oh.
Shays up.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard something about the training room.
Well, hell, what am I doing? I don't
I
know.
might have to go to his office.
Yeah, maybe. Go ahead or here, let me see if I can get something else. Let me do something. Oh, shit.
But the live feed wasn't on yet.
Please leave a message after the tone. When you
Tell them we're about to go live, so no cussing.
Yeah.
I can get my phone to sit right. Good morning, Facebook world. We're going live on air in just a few moments. Hope everyone is having a great start to your day. This is Quavila Jones, Sheila Kill. We have a very
Morning.
own Chief Rick Elliott from the Jonesboro Police Department. Today is First Wednesday.
Good
So you know
morning.
how we do. We're gonna get this show started in just a few moments. I'm sure Chief has a lot of updates to share with us, hopefully. I know again, New Year just started, so just kind of getting some things in order. Hopefully, it hasn't been too crazy so far, but this is, you know, we never know.
Right. Well, that's start of a new year, and things have not been too crazy, but there has been a few events that have taken place, as kind of we were talking about before we went on the air. One of the internal changes that we made, Shay Racy.
We're gonna hold that piece before we're gonna go live on air in a few. We don't want to give away too many
Oh, I thought we was already
little
live.
nuggets.
We're live on Facebook, but not the radio just yet.
Oh, okay.
So we got like about a good minute or so. Can't wait to hear you.
Well, we'll hang on to that then. For the Facebook world, hey, good morning, everybody. And we'll start the show shortly then.
I see you rocking a little mini Santa Claus there. It's cheap.
We're still letting the beard thing go on for another few months and see how that plays out.
Okay. Alrighty
You
then.
look all right?
And you look nice.
All right.
And I'm sure with this cooler weather, some of the men are probably enjoying.
Yeah.
So have you had any one get sick so far in your department?
Yeah, unfortunately, we've had officers out here and there. I've been fortunate that it's just been 2 or 3 at a time.
Okay.
And they come back and somebody else gets sick with it. So it's not been a bunch at once, but we've had more than our fair share of it for sure.
All right, we got 30 seconds before we go live. Yes, I see someone else logged in, but they're on mute. So if they want to join the conversation, and their video's not on yet.
I think talking about Jonesboro PD.
Yeah.
I think that's Sergeant Racy.
For your department. Okay. 3 seconds. Here we go. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday to you. It's the first Wednesday of the month. You're tuning in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Camila Jones. I have Lagenza Kale with me, and also Jonesboro Police Department's Chief Rick Elliott, and we'll have someone else joining us a little bit later. So as you know, first Wednesday of the month is JPD's Day, and Chief Rick Elliott is going to take it away and share some updates with what's happening. And Happy
Well,
New Year to you.
hey, happy new year and everyone that's tuned in and listening and watching this morning. And yeah, the new year starts out with a bang. Nothing uh, huge, but the evening did start out with a pursuit that originated in Brooklyn by the Brooklyn Police Department that ended up in Jonesboro, and with a crash that vehicle struck apartment complex, and unfortunately, one of the occupants of the vehicle perished in the crash, and a couple others were transported to the hospital with serious injuries. But other than that, things are just kind of rocking as usual. Uh, Not had anything violent take place just yet, in which we're blessed. The past couple of years, we've had a couple starting out the year with a couple of homicides, so that was not good. But um, hopefully, we can keep things in check, and you know, for the most of the year, we hope is our goal.
Alrighty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lagenza, go ahead.
Okay, well, Chief, as it is a brand new year, we have a brand new mayor. One of the things that has been discussed is the 2021 budget, which is currently being discussed and debated in the city council. So far as a budgetary perspective, what is 21 going to be looking like for the police department? Anything new that you're trying to get or repair, or just how's that looking?
Well, we've got a good budget coming in. We've got several vehicles we'll be purchasing this year to replace our aging fleet. I do have 8 more SkyCop cameras on budget. So we're excited to get those ordered and get those up in key locations to kind of help keep things in check. You know, the SkyCop program has been a huge success for the department, and we start looking at our crime stat numbers in those areas that we put the cameras up. We've seen a reduction, especially in the Cedar Heights area. There's been about a 30% reduction in our crime rate. So that just shows you that the program is a success. The residents up there feel a lot better. In fact, that reduction in crime, there's been a section of apartments on the south side of the streets of Cedar Heights that is actually sold to another developer. So, you know, they wanted to come in and gut them out and rehab those apartments. So it just took that getting it done where it made it, you know, you get those numbers down, then you have somebody that, you know, want to step in and take that and try to bring different life back to that area. So that's a positive thing. That's a good thing, especially for that area, North Jonesboro, to see, you know, cleaned up and rehabbed. And so we want to give the residents up there a safe place to live, and obviously they'll have a nice place to live when they get through the project. So it's good. It's positive. But overall, budgets, like I said, you know, moving forward, and looking forward to working with the new mayor. I've visited with him several times already, and we're going to continue a very aggressive approach to fighting crime in Jonesboro, and he wants to be very much a part of it and on board, as Mayor Perrin was. So nothing's really going to change. I think just the face, but the goals and the mission, we're all on board as we have been in the past, and continue forward. So
Now, you mentioned that a developer is going to rehab some of the apartments on Cedar Heights Drive. Will this lead to the status of that neighborhood being changed with the signs and the no felons being allowed in that area?
Yeah, it certainly quite possibly can. That's our goal, is to you know, if we're going to go in and if the status stays, you know, our crime rate stay down, everything stays as it is, and you know, I'd like to to be a point we could take those signs down. But we had, things had gotten out of hand years ago up there, and we had to do something to get it under control. And that was one way to do it, is just to take it to court and get that property abated.
Well, I know that's definitely good news for future felons who have, worked tirelessly to get those signs down. So we definitely are thankful for that.
And working with them on that, we've had several meetings and visiting and understand their concerns. But it's a combination of working together. We can achieve this. And again, I think we'll get there hopefully sooner than later.
All right, Kobia, you feeling better now?
Yes, I'm sorry. Just this seasonal
It happens.
stuff. Nothing to worry about. So tell us, Chief, what has it been like? I know that, we are in the midst of this pandemic and officers have been having to interact with citizens a little bit differently. Hey,
Right.
Sergeant.
Yeah.
And so give us a rundown of what officer and citizen interaction has been like and what measures are you continuing to take to keep everyone safe?
Right. Well, yeah, this has been a tough year. Our community outreach efforts have really suffered this year because of the COVID. Of course, we had to cancel our Citizen Police Academy program, and a lot of the events that we do throughout the town, we've had to cancel. There was a couple of cleanups that we did get to pull off, so that was good. Good for the city and good interaction, but and more important, get some of this trash picked up and make our city, look nice. So hopefully this pandemic thing will start slowing down, coming to an end by the summer, and we can kind of get back on track. So we're excited that we stay on track. Hopefully by this fall we can get CPA back up and running, and along with other community outreach projects. I do have a new community outreach officer in place. Here sitting with me today is Sergeant Shay Racy.
And we definitely want to congratulate him on that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Shay, of course, we all know Shay, but Shay's been one of our dare officers and very much involved in the community, and loves dealing with people and out in the community doing different things. And he's a pretty doggone good chef on top of things. And so the first of the year, he transitioned to community outreach, and Sergeant Lyle Waterworth transferred over to second shift patrol division. So I'll be meeting with Shay, and we'll be talking about some community outreach things and trying to think of some innovative ways we can do things and reach out to the public. Maybe not in person, but we do have a new setup down in our training room for Zoom stuff. So we may look at some virtual interaction with the public through community Zoom meetings and things like that. So, once before I even talked about a virtual version of our Citizen Police Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, that would be good. We can still get the information out there, still have that connectivity with the people in our community. And because I just hate to see that program just kind of sit idle, because we've gotten a lot out of it. We graduated over 300 people through the program in this 6-year period. And I just hate to see that slow down, because education is important. It's important that people understand what we do, so when things happen, they kind of have a better understanding of what's going on. So,
Yes,
and
sir.
sometimes there's people that that cannot get out. So even when we do go even back to in-house learning, I think offering a Zoom component for those people that cannot get out will be part of it, since we do have this new technology available in our training room.
And I would definitely love, that would be beneficial for me.
Absolutely.
I know there's another component to the CPA where the individuals once had a chance to ride along with officers and try on some of the gear and things like
Sure.
that. That's fine and dandy. But for me, I would appreciate just having the conversation, the one-on-one conversations with the officers and learning more about some in-depth things that happen within. So when that happens, let me know, sir.
We certainly
want to
will.
give a shout out to a few people that are.
Yeah, I was just about to go to the Facebook comments. We got Reverend Jeremy Jones, who says, "Are you all hiring?" I know Reverend Jones. I don't know if he's currently doing it. I know he has worked with Arkansas Department of Corrections. And he says, "Are you able to do Zoom calls for educational classes for the community?"
Yeah, again, that's something that we're going to work on is Zoom meetings with the community. So that's one of the things that Sergeant Racy is going to be tasked with, getting those things coordinated, set up.
All right, so
And the now hiring part.
And again, say again.
And he also asks, "Are you all hiring?"
Hiring?
Mm.
Yes. Oh yeah, we're always in a state of hiring officers. So he can come on down right now and get the application put in.
Go online.
Or go online. We do have that posted on our website, joinjpd.com, I think is the link,
JonesboroPolice.com.
or jonesboropolice.com, and click on the link.
The link.
But we have probably about 8 openings right now. So
Absolutely.
we'll be testing on March
Testing March 26th.
26th.
And the time will be available a little bit later. But March the 26th we'll be testing. We're getting ready for that right now.
okay. All right, so can we go to bring Sergeant in to talk about what are some of your plans so far? I know the year just started, and you just auditioned. You know, already have kind of a running list of things you would like to accomplish.
Okay.
Hang on.
Can you hear me?
We had a technical glitch here.
Technical glitch here.
Can you hear us?
So
Can you hear me okay, Sarge?
I can hear you. I can hear you now. We had some technical difficulties, but just your question, if I'm not mistaken, was basically what plans do I have for the future as it relates to community outreach. Just froze on me.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? Quabila.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Was that the question?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, you know, we've obviously, you know, it's a brand new adventure for me, and Chief and I hadn't gotten an opportunity to sit down and kind of discuss what the parameters are. And I know with the pandemic situation, it's going to be a little different. You know, I've spent a little bit of time in DARE, so you know those DARE events were all in person, and so those were things that I was looking forward to trying to do. But with this new pandemic situation, or not new, but with the pandemic situation, we'll just have to find a way to try to do as much virtual as we can, and if we can maybe do some in-person stuff, do it to where we are socially distanced and being safe. But you know, I'm a big proponent of reaching out to the kids, because I believe that that impact that's made when they're young transitions or translates into their adult life, and the things that the kids learn, you know, that should help them out as they go older. So I 100% want to do some things involving kids, and you know, obviously educate their parents as well, because you know, that dynamic where we can reach the kids and also reach the parents is what we want to try to do. And so that's I don't have anything specific right now, but you know, anything that we come up with is going to be geared along toward those lines.
I'm looking forward to, you know, what you put together, and you know, I'm always here to help with I have ideas out the wazoo. So,
But you know, I'm always receptive to your ideas.
One thing I would love to see, well, I know this is something you all have worked on. We know that the climate we're in, and this is, I'm not going to go into details, but we know what state we're in, you know, with some of the tensions that are happening around the world, not just US, around the world.
Right.
I would love to see those conversations where, like, the real conversations between officers and citizens, of course, in a not non-hostile, intelligent, calm
Right.
manner. And of
Right.
course, it may have to be via Zoom, small session, whatever the case may be. But I think that, and Chief has talked about this before, that's how we're going to really grow and strengthen and heal our communities. If people start having these real open conversations, and we have to be willing to listen to each other. Um, I know this is where CPA comes in, but for those who can't or don't want to, there
Right.
still needs to be another conversational component.
Right. I definitely get that, and that's a good idea. We just have to, figure out a way to promote it and set a date and time, and then kind of see where we want to gear the conversation and make sure it doesn't get off task, because that's something that I feel will be easy to do in that kind of environment. So,
And
as far as some real deal understanding and truths being told, you have to have people that are willing to listen on both sides. So,
yes,
uh,
sir.
if we can get that, then definitely.
Well, Jeremy Jones asked a question similar to that, and this might be an option. He says, "How can local churches help with the development of our police department in ensuring a safe community and the integrity of the badge?"
Um, we have a chaplain service
Mhm.
that helps out quite a bit. Maybe they could come alongside in that type of facet, just to offer their services and come out and ride and make themselves available for officers that may be having some issues, because
Okay.
when we talk about the integrity of the badge, you have to delve into someone's personal life, because it doesn't start with the badge. So,
Okay.
when somebody's having some type of issues, that may cause some discrepancies at work, and that's with anybody. But the job itself is not the issue. It's always going to be a
Okay.
personal issue. It's always going to come back to somebody's personal issues with themselves or with their, or whatever. And so, just coming alongside guys and being able to help in those ways, um, it would be, because we're police officers are people too. I don't know if if the world is aware of that most times, but they have problems in their personal life, and it just it gets muddy sometimes for police officers as well, and so sometimes that stuff translates over to our professional life, and obviously that's not what we want to do. So, um, just being able to come alongside us and maybe help us recognize that those types of things, and help guys along, and in those ways, I believe it was something that an entity like a religious organization could do.
And also, as we talked about before, just a few moments ago, about having those conversations, and maybe if individual churches could host a Zoom, say
Yeah,
their members come to the church, they set up a monitor, whatever the case, you are
right.
wherever you are, and you all have that virtual meeting.
Could happen
That
for
could
sure.
be one start.
Okay. Well,
Sir,
definitely have you said his name was Jeremy Jones. He definitely can reach out to
mm-hmm.
me. Yeah, he can reach out to me. My office phone number is 870-336-7148, and I can repeat that. And then I'll give you my email address as well.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
my email,
870.
uh 336-7148. That gets you directly to my phone. And my email address is mracy, that's mracy at jonesboro.org. Shoot me some emails with some ideas. And I mean, we want to, this is our community too. So we want to, I live here, I raise a family here, and we want to try to make sure it's the best, and we want to make sure we're getting the best ideas and trying to put our best foot forward. So whatever that entails, that's what it is.
All right. And he also asked, what is the process for requesting a ride, but we're going to have to take a break right here, and we can
Okay.
continue this conversation on our Facebook Live feed.
Okay.
Like Reverend ready to get active and involved with the Jonesboro Police Department. For those of you listening on air, we're going to take a quick break. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. It's first week of the month, JPD's Day. And so, but we'll be right back with Chief Elliott and Sergeant Racy on KLEK 102.5 FM. Okay, so we're still live on Facebook. So,
Bear with-
but
There it is.
go ahead.
Well, this thing keeps leaving the screen. I don't know if we're losing connection or not. So
We can hear you, Chief.
We can still hear you.
yeah, I can see Quabella's freezing up on this. But
Yeah. But yeah, Reverend Jones, he's the pastor of St. Paul AME, and actually, I don't know if he's still working for Arkansas Department of Community Corrections, but so he's got some experience in the field. So, you know, I'm all about having a police force that's reflective of the look of the community. So we definitely appreciate Reverend Jones being willing to step up.
Yeah. Right now with COVID going on, our ride-along program's kind of been suspended. I will allow a few, generally if it's an officer or somebody from another law enforcement agency, but the general public riding, we've cut out just because I don't cut down on the risk of exposing officers to COVID. So
Is there any way to put, like, I know everybody has plexiglass and all this everywhere. Is there any way to outfit maybe one car with some type of protection? I don't know. I'm just sorry you're laughing at me.
There's barely enough room to get two people in. Time you add the console, the printers, the computer, the gun racks, and the cage. The person in the passenger seat has about half a seat to sit in.
I can attest to that because I did 3 of them.
So it's not conducive to try to divide that area off even more with plexiglass. It's a safety hazard, and two, it's just not going to work.
What about if they wore shields and masks and
Again, they've already got restrictions in the cockpit with the cage and all. I don't need anything else blinding them, going down the road.
I understand.
Fractions, because you got the computer screen they have to watch, and then your vision's already obscured by the cage and thing. So we just can't add any more components to that.
Okay, we got about 10 seconds before we go back on air. I was trying to look at the Facebook page to see if there are anything else we could. Here we go. Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. Your host, along with Miguel, and today is first Wednesday of the month with Chief Rick Elliott and Sergeant Shay Racy. Thank you all for joining us. If you missed the first half of the show, you can go back and watch it on Facebook. We're going to continue on our conversation. We ended with Sergeant Racy discussing his new role, position, new responsibilities with community outreach. So is there anything else you'd like to share that we didn't get to cover?
Part of that, the position is recruiting. And so I'm really excited to get a hold of that part of it. And, just kind of continue where we left off and also, add to it, obviously. And I've got some ideas as to some places we want to try to reach out to people, and I'm definitely open to ideas on what we can do as far as recruiting right here at home. And
Okay.
that's part of it, and I'm excited to get started with that part, because that's something that we can do. That's something we can do without having any restrictions, and we're needing good police officers. So if you're listening and you believe that you've got what it takes to serve your community selflessly, and make sure that you're the best you can be, come on down and or give me a call or shoot me an email, any of that stuff, and we can get you started on a 28-year career. So just that part of it's going to be great. Working with the also part of my responsibilities is working with the media specialists that we have here, and so
Okay.
that with our social media and all of that stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing some good things on that. I already got some ideas on some videos and some we're going to try and do a recruiting video here pretty shortly. I think this first chief is hearing of this, but we're going to try to do a recruiting video here real shortly, and start getting to know our officers, and maybe put that out there and just kind of reveal another side to this thing that people normally don't get to see. And I think that would help kind of ease some. We talked about the tensions a little bit earlier, and that would hopefully kind of help ease that. And also we've got we've got quite a few supporters. We've got a lot more people that support the police that don't. And we want to appeal to those people too, and keep and let them understand that, hey, we're still here for the community. We're still going to come out and do our job to the best of our ability. And if we mess up, hold us accountable. And if not, then that's what we want. So just some things like that we've got. I've got some ideas, and taking some ideas from others, and just trying to make it better, and hopefully leave it better whenever I have to leave this position, hopefully.
Okay, thank you. And I just want to let everybody know there is a Facebook page for Jonesboro Police Department. So please go and check that out there's a lot of updates and some congratulations to different people for different things within the department. And I see that there are different posts where there are people that support you all, they always bring y'all snacks. They always bring in, something, but I'm sure it's greatly appreciated and deserved.
So what, I've worked.
Can you chime in?
No, I just kind of scooting back. You're right. We're very blessed people bringing food up here all the time, and the negative side is add a few pounds, but it's certainly appreciated by the department, and just kind of show you the support that we have from the community, that we are truly blessed to have the support that we do have in this community. Good times, bad times, whatever, like we said before, it's been a tough year, but you know what? The community has always stepped up, been there for us during the tornado. There was 3 hot meals a day for over a week that was provided to the police department by people in the community. So that was just phenomenal itself. But it goes, it's like that every week. Something's pouring in every week, cards, letters, support, things like that. So we're truly blessed. There's other agencies out there that envy us because they don't have that kind of support. So it's good. And we just think being involved in the community and staying connected to the community, it has huge dividends, as we have seen. You look at our social media, 2 years ago this month, we brought back Facebook when Rachel came over, and we're at 43,000 followers. So that's an outstanding number in a short period of time. But it just shows that interaction with the community, and the community getting involved in policing. And we've had success stories, like about 170 cases last year alone that were solved by us putting those pictures out there of suspects and the community identifying them. We can clear that case. So we've got the community involved now, and we're clearing these cases, and so that's a great thing. We want to obviously keep that going, and
That's
do more.
awesome.
So it's had huge dividends, and it's keeping the community informed. I feel that the community has the right to know of what's going on just as fast as the news media. So that's we post things on Facebook, and then the media just they'll take it from there and then do their story from there with it.
Okay. I want to highlight something else. I know we talk about distracted driving, but we also talk about people being distracted, period. Going back and forth to their car, leaving their doors unlocked. It's like we can't talk about this enough about locking your car doors if you're at home, wherever you are. And so I see this story, well, not really a story, but well, yes. And then even though this happened in December, it's getting colder, and people are trying to warm their cars up before they actually get in them. They're leaving them sometimes unlocked, depending on the situation. So there is an article, if you all want to read it, or I say article, a post on the police department's page about stolen vehicles and warming your car up. So just briefly run through that, please.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. So, so everything you just said, absolutely on point. We talked earlier about me spending a little bit of time on third shift, and so that shift bled over into those times where people would be out warming their vehicles up. And when we first had that first cold snap, when about the time that story came out, um, I mean, we had a lot of people going around, checking doors and jumping in cars because people were leaving their cars unlocked to warm them up. And so that definitely happens. I think since that story, I don't know, Chief. I don't think we've had as many since then. But and so I think people are getting the message. But sometimes we recover them and sometimes we don't. So that's a real big chance that people are taking. And I understand it. I've got a daughter, and I've told her the same thing about her car. And so um, definitely it could happen to you. So don't ever think it couldn't happen to you. It's one of those what we call crimes of opportunity. Somebody's out looking for something that they shouldn't be, and then there's your car sitting there running. Don't think that they won't jump in it and take it. So make sure we're being diligent and locking our doors. And if we're warming a vehicle up, at the very least, be an eye shot of it so you can see it and make sure you're able to take some action if somebody tries to do something like that to you.
Okay, thank you. And then just to circle back a little bit, Minister Jones said, I'm still with probation and parole. I would love to do a ride along, looking to join the force. So he said he'll definitely be reaching out to you. So look forward to that soon.
Absolutely, I will most definitely be looking forward to it, Minister Jones.
All right, so another story, I guess stories I want to highlight. Going back to that community policing, it says, who's this? Officer Obregon,
Obregon.
Obregon,
Obregon. Corey Obregon.
Obregon. I'm sorry,
Oh, it was fine.
Obregon, uh, and how he was out with the kids in a particular area that he patrols. So again, that's another way that we as the citizens can interact. We can teach our
Absolutely.
kids the police are not the bad people.
Right.
Most cases, God, we know that some things have happened, and again, there's this tension and whatever. But because of officers like this and others, we can hopefully reduce those tensions and get back to communicating with each other. I'm trying to find the
Well,
right words. I'm trying to be PC
that's
here.
the daily challenge is, staying involved in the community and communicating with the community, community outreach. And that's why I said, when I first started in this job, community outreach was my number one goal to get started because connecting with the public is so important. And this department didn't have that for a long period of time, and we saw the consequences. Unfortunately, bad things happen in the world of policing from time to time, and but when it does, if you're connected with the community, things go a little bit smoother as opposed to some of these areas across the country where there's tension between the community and the police. They end up on national TV. But a lot of folks don't realize, we get a few pictures here and there, and we post of officers doing things in the community every day. Uh, or it happens every day. It just doesn't get posted every day.
Okay.
Uh, that's I guess the downside is, they're not looking to get their picture on social media every day, but every day they're patrolling, they're making contacts, positive contacts, and those interactions. They enjoy, getting out with the kids and people and visiting. Uh, they just don't take pictures and send it and post it. But we've been doing this for years, and you know, uh, every now and then somebody in the community may snap a pic and post it, which is great. But uh, you know, it's underreported on what our community involvement actually is day in and day out. And there's a lot of
Okay.
times, there's been a lot of times these officers encounter a family in need of food or things like that. They'll get together a collection on the shift and go buy the family food. And they're not asking for anything out of it. They're not asking for praise. They don't want publicity. They just encountered a family in need in the middle of the night and went and got them some food,
Wow.
things like
That's
that.
awesome.
It
Look,
happens. You know, this job is a call to service. You're not here because of the pay. There's other better paying jobs than this, and less dangerous, obviously. It's the people coming in this job. It's a call to duty. It's just something in them to wanting to serve others, is why they're here. And we're fortunate that I have the officers that I have because one, I know they can go other places and make more money, even here locally to go any factory and make more money, but they put their life on the line every day for total strangers. And uh, so we're very fortunate and blessed to have that here in our community. And so I just want to say, we need to be proud of what we got here because we are very fortunate. And I'm very proud of the men and women of this department, what they have done and accomplished day in and day out. And I see the struggles. And like I said, we've all struggled this year. It's been a hard year on the department and the city, but we've, been faced with many challenges, but we've always overcome them and come back a little bit stronger.
okay. Speaking of other ways that you all help individuals, I know you all had the No Wet Behind, the diaper supply. I don't want to say giveaway, but you help supply some families with diapers when needed. Is that program still up and
It
going?
is. We still have diapers available. And again, these officers encounter families, quite often every month that, they run into that situation where they may not have diapers available. And there is a supply here at the station that they can come to and pick up diapers and take down to them. And generally, when we run low, we'll put a plea out on social media, and it doesn't take long. Then they start pouring in by the carloads for the community to replenish our supply. So it's been a good community effort. Everybody in the community has got involved in this and have embraced this. And, it's important. And we certainly appreciate everybody's participation in it.
Okay. And then I know that there are times officers, hand out maybe blankets or toys or a few odds and ends, whatever, depending on the situation in that moment and the family they encounter. Are you able to take any donations of any kind of those type of items?
Right now we are good on stuffed animals. We've got more than we can store and deal with. So we're
Okay.
about every Christmas we always get large donations. So we're well set on animals and blankets and diapers at the moment. But I assure you,
Okay.
if we have a need, we will come back to you and say, hey, we got a need.
Okay. All right. Again, do you have anything you want to add in? You've been really quiet.
Oh, I'm just sitting here doing some work and enjoying the show.
Okay. Um, I do also want to highlight that even though it was on a limited basis, you all were still able to do Shop with the Cobb. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the Shop of the Cop program has gone on for many years with our local Fraternal Order Police Lodge. And you know, we try to maintain social distancing, but we did not want that to not happen this year because we know there's kids out there that wouldn't get anything otherwise. So we pulled it off. We had a great turnout. You know, if people could be there and just see these kids to light up, you know, what they're getting, and it's heartwarming. And I try to participate in it every year. And this year I was fortunate to have two twin boys, and they were just so excited, and they knew they both wanted a bicycle. And you know, so we went and picked out bikes, and so it was great. But all the kids that participated enjoyed it, and I think it's a positive experience with the officers. The parents will stay at the front of the store, kind of in our waiting area, and the kid and the officers will go throughout the store and let them choose out you know, the items they want. They received $100 gift card, and they could buy whatever they want. And the neat thing is, a lot of kids bought things for them, but they also wanted to buy something for their parents sometimes. So that was, you know, that was kind of, wasn't all about them. They were thinking about their family too. So even at a young age, you know, that's kind of, it's a good thing to see. But the whole experience, like I said, was just very heartwarming. And COVID or no COVID, we were going to make it happen this year.
Okay.
We did. And we appreciate everybody's support.
Okay. I'm looking at the Facebook page, and I see there's quite a few officers' faces. Of course, I don't know everybody anyway, but have you considered maybe doing once a month or once a quarter, highlighting a few officers that people may not know?
Yeah, that is actually one of our on our project list this year. This year is highlighting our officers either every couple of weeks or a monthly, doing just a little bit of highlight on our staff, and posting it out there. Of course, we always post out our uh, daily activity, and we just recently had our award ceremony. With COVID this year, we normally do all of our awards at our Christmas banquet. We couldn't do that, so I had to break it down into shifts and then break that down into a certain time frame. But getting into, you know, I like showcasing what the men and women of this department do day in and day out. And I think by kind of doing a little bio on them, and, you know, let them get on here and say, hey, this is why I became a police officer. One, it kind of helps the community realize, hey, who's out here protecting and serving us, and two, that, you know, we're human. We have, you know,
Yeah.
needs also, and but just to, you know, showcase the officer. And I always like highlighting the work that they do day in and day out. Just, you know, giving them a pat on the back is important, and recognizing their hard efforts and work throughout the year with our award ceremony is, you know, very important. And you start looking at the awards, you know, the tourniquet saves and alone was, you know, you're looking at 13, 15 lives that were saved by officers applying tourniquets alone this year. Then you get into Narcan saves. There was about 15, I think, on that, you know, and that's, you know, you're looking at 30 people that probably would have died if it wasn't for the efforts of these officers getting on scene and rendering either a tourniquet or Narcan before EMS could get there. So it's been a huge program. It's been very successful.
All right, we're going to put a pin right there and take another quick break. For those of you listening, you can just Facebook. We're going to continue the conversation just a little bit, but you're tuned in on air. We'll be right back after these. I didn't want to have to cut you off, but I'm sorry, Chief. So just let you know we were going to break.
Hey, I'm going to have to bail out and leave the last 10 minutes with Shay. I've got a meeting across town I've got to be at by 10. So while we're on break, I'm going to depart.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you, Chief.
All right.
Head around and then shut her down.
Just close it down.
All right, you get to sit in the big chair now.
Let's see how this chair feels.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That could be you one day.
That's nice. Yeah,
That's gonna be you one day in that chair.
right. That's the goal anyway. Yeah. Chief says he's gonna retire and just hand it all over. I guess. Yeah, let me get a picture in the chair. Get your new chief.
So,
And
Sarge,
it's
are you
still
not on
saying
third
Chief Elliott
shift
on there. So
anymore?
You want to say Chief Racer? I can probably change the name. Let me see.
So, Sarge, are you not on third shift anymore?
I'm not. I'm excited to be out during the daytime now. This is something new for me.
Get
I
some sunshine on you.
get a little vitamin D, and let's see.
Even though it's chilly outside.
Ooh, it's cold out there, but I tell you what, being able to sleep at night at home, and this is a newfound freedom for me right here. I don't know what to do with myself.
when the grill gonna get fired up again?
Now, you just say the word. You know me, Gansy. You just say the word. We'll figure it out. We'll have to come
Well, we're
over.
trying to put together. Well, we're putting together. I'm putting together a walking event. So in
On
end of
That's
February.
perfect. February 27th, New Life Empowerment Ministries Church had the grill out there.
Okay. Well, just shoot me the information, and we'll look at. I'm no stranger to that grill, so I like firing it up. So
All right, well, Q will be getting that to you.
and we always
And
got to
any
have.
connections you have for people with like
what's
portable, like I want to do maybe tea or cocoa or because it's gonna be
well,
still
definitely gonna need
chilly
something.
in
Definitely gonna need
February.
something hot.
Yeah, I bet you. I bet you we could holler at Sam's, and get something like that donated. I can definitely check on that for you. If you'll just, like I said, just shoot me what we need, what you have, and we can definitely look at that.
All right, and definitely have some officers out. Either walking with the people or just kind of like when we had our Juneteenth event. Two officers that patrol that area
Uh,
came over.
Officer Hagens was there, and a couple others.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, definitely. Obviously, my dare officers may probably be there, and then we'll look at getting some guys that are on shift that can come in uniform. Okay.
Okay, here we go, y'all. Welcome back to Community Conversations on KK 102.5 FM. We are joined with Jonesboro Police Department and now with just Sergeant Shay Racy and Quabila Jones and Laganza Kale. So, in this last few moments, I'm going to give Sergeant Racy the floor and any other things you would like to highlight or just maybe recap for those who missed the beginning of the conversation, what your new role is and what you hope to do for this year.
Okay. So, yeah, absolutely. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Sergeant Morshavic Racy, and I'll just kind of give a quick bio on myself. I've been a police officer here for this past November made 18 years, and so I've been around a little while, and recently made sergeant and spent a little bit of time on third shift, and so on January 4th, I transitioned into the community outreach and recruiting role. And those that know me know that community outreach is something that's near and dear to my heart. It's something that I've always done my entire career, whether it be when I was an SRO or a DARE officer. Even when I was on patrol, I made it a point to get out and interact with the community. And so, with that definitely pays dividends as a police officer. But in this new role, again, the community outreach side of it is something that we're going to have to just kind of figure out as we go with this pandemic situation, and hopefully it gets better with the vaccines, and maybe these numbers will start going down, and we can put together some ideas where we're able to engage with the public and not and be safe about it. So.
Yes, sir.
So, the chief has already talked about some things to do that we're going to try and do virtually. and that may be the way we have to go for a while. And so that being the case, with CPA and those types of things, and then also with I like the idea that came in about just having a conversation, setting up a date, and let's just talk about it. I like that. So that's something that with you guys' help and the pastor that got on earlier, maybe we can set that up pretty soon.
Okay.
But as far as the community outreach side, definitely open to suggestions. I gave my phone number and email, and hopefully you guys will put that on Facebook. And it was, I'll put it out again, 870-336-7148 is my office number. And then MRACY at jonesboro.org is my email.
Okay.
And so
I'm gonna try to pin. I'm gonna pin that because I put it in the Facebook live feed. So I pinned it to the top of the page so people can find it.
That's my role now is to connect and get people connected. So that is something that I want to be successful at. So I can't do that without you. Without the public. So let's see what we can do. This is our community. We live here, we work here, and we want the best for us. We also want the best for our children. And so, we can't do that if everybody's fighting and if there's only one person coming up with ideas. So we want this to be something where people take ownership and say, okay, this is what I want to do for my community, and be able to come alongside us and you guys and whoever else to be able to put that together. So that's what we want. That's my want, my vision, and whatever that entails, it's going to be working with people. So, and not that that's any different than what we've been doing, but that's my vision. So
All right.
so
We have a few comments. Good morning to Gwen Henderson, all the way from Arizona. And Shanquetta Cunningham says JPD is always a step ahead. So thank you all for checking in. So, again, one thing I've talked about with other people is consistency. And even if only 5 people show up, we need to give them the same energy as if it was 20 or 100. And so I think the community would start to gravitate more to these, although virtual conversations in the beginning, however that looks. I think consistency, if it was once a month, different location, different facility, of course people need to still keep up those safety practices, but consistency, it's not like, okay, we're going to do it 1 month when nobody showed up, so we're not going to do it again and whatever, like 5 people, 2 people, 10 people, whatever,
we just have to provide the opportunity. And
Yes.
so I agree with that.
All right. So, Legacy, any final words or anything from you, sir?
I know, just always want to say thank you to Chief Elliott and Shay Racy, and thanks for the relationship with the police department and just for all that you do in the community. And, I always say, police department should reflect the makeup of the community. And plus seeing, Sergeant Racy rise up the ranks is inspiring. It shows that, you too, especially as an African-American, can do this line of work and succeed in it.
Absolutely. And that's a conversation that I hope to have with many people that look like me. So, we can't turn the blind eye to that. And there are reasons that people of color don't, gravitate toward this profession. And so that hopefully is a conversation that I am going to be able to have with people and maybe change their minds about our profession and about serving their community and about the gratification that they'll get from it. And the profession is such that they can make a living at it. And so like I said, that's a conversation that I'm going to have with people, hopefully on a regular basis, and maybe change or continue to help change some of that here.
And another thing, I know that there are probably more women now than there has been in a while in the police department, but I would love to see more young ladies even considering that line of
Right.
work. One of my cousins made a post about her daughter joining the police department in Tennessee. And I was like, looking at her, she's about yay tall. And, you probably would never think she's on the police force, but she made that choice. And I'm happy that was her choice. And so anyone could be a police officer. And so
That is a fact.
I would love to see more young ladies, consider that
Right.
line of work,
What, we're getting,
because they're needed.
we're getting a lot of
Sir.
so we're getting a lot of female applicants. I've been privy to that side of it for the last couple of weeks, and we are getting quite a few female applicants. So that is definitely a good thing.
Okay, so we got about 2 minutes. I just want to say thank you to all that you all do. I've had some interaction with police over the course of my life, and that's neither here nor there today. But not it hasn't been bad. So it was my own stupid stuff. But anyway, but thank you all for all that you do and how you serve the community. And I look forward to a wonderful 2021.
Absolutely.
2023 was all for some loop-de-loops. So
Everybody.
let's hope this year is a little more stable.
Right on. I told 100% agree with that. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. And I believe it's going to be better. And we definitely been praying that it's going to be better. And
Yes.
we have to believe that God is going to hear our prayers and deliver us from it. So hopefully we'll be able to get back to some sense of normalcy at some point in 2021.
All right. And for those of you who are listening, we did let a little cat out the bag. Kelly K is working on a February community service event. It's Heart Health Awareness Month. I know we're still in the beginning of January, but that's and Walk for Your Heart event. And so those details will be coming soon. So stay tuned. Walk for your heart, and then do some good at the same time. So, but again, those details will be coming soon. But put February 27th on your calendar. Yes, it's going to be chilly. You got to wear a mask anyway, so bundle up and come on out. But stay tuned for more details and stay tuned for more from the police department. So thank you, Sergeant. Thank you, Leganzi. Thank you, Community of Jonesboro. This has been Community Conversations. Everyone have a great and blessed day.
Thanks again.
All righty. And I don't know how I missed the outro.
Outro.
You're being too bubbly.
All right, hold on.